Hello, everybody. We are here today with a special guest in one of our interview series editions. This is Gopal. As most of you might know him, he is the co-founder of Ninestars. Gopal, you're very welcome to be here, and we are really happy that you took the time today to join us.
Thank you
I
for
would
having
I
me.
would actually just really like to quickly hand it over to you and ask you to introduce Ninestars for our audience.
Sure. I think Ninestars needs a little bit of introduction, but still, for the benefit of this interview, I will give a quick introduction about Ninestars. Ninestar started in 20 years back. We're celebrating now. We are in 21 years now. Um, we are one of the largest digitization services company in the world. We are a very niche services. Our claim to fame is New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street, and some of the top media companies in the world. We've digitized. And in 2008, we kind of got into media mounting business as an adjacent market. And we are a global company, and we got into media intelligence and media. We started getting into the clipping automation, and we disrupted the media mounting space with a SaaS model. We are the first pioneers in the world. So there was no necessity for a production software. There was no necessity for a full-time employee or a full-time employee on site. So everything was moved to onshore, offshore to India. So I think that was a big disruption we brought in. We have been successfully moved, and we have about 70-80% market share in the clipping space, and we've done a great value add to all the customers across the globe, from sunrise to sunset. We have customers across the globe. You name the media mounting customers, they are our customers. MMOs, you name the MMOs, we work with the large, medium, small, everyone. So, and then we also have a large digital services business for direct to the media. We work with the media apps, the consumer apps. We also work with enterprise apps. So this is something which we got into the business because as a complete life cycle, we started servicing our media customers and publishers, both in terms of giving them a digital economy, services. And recently, we have launched a fantastic service on a near-shore delivery model in Sofia, Bulgaria, where Dimitar is handling with Madeline. So they both are running this, and we have an excellent services. Today, we are growing rapidly, and customers are very happy because, especially the European customers and the customers in UK, they're able to leverage that facility and the capability of our team in Sofia. So we are here to keep expanding, and we are more a customer-centric organization. And I think we continue to be there, and we are a technology-driven company. And with that, I think that's about Ninestars. Me and my brother Gokul started it. It's a closely held company. We have got external investors, and that's all about Ninestars. Any questions? I'm open to answer. No problem.
We of course are very happy to again to have these brief introductions because we are always counting on new members joining us, and perhaps there might be someone that does not know you. So so it's always good to have you introducing it. It's the best way. But as far as the reality is showing us to these days, I mean, we are all going through very particular times due to the global pandemic. And the fact is that the reality that each one of us is experiencing is quite different. So I would like to just ask you, what's the situation nowadays in India?
India, the first 100 days, we were good. But what has happened is it has gone up 6x in the past, 30 days. So it is rapidly because there is a community spread happening. The pandemic is spreading fast in few cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. I think, and then these are the three cities which are mostly affected. Bangalore is slightly showing. We started. There's a big, the pockets of Bangalore. We are seeing COVID breaking up. So I think we should be all right. We had an epidemiologist addressing our employees, and I think it should be quite. We all have to adjust the way we work, the way we work from home or work from office. I think India as a whole, it will recover I think much faster. I think our if you look at the death rate is much lower than compared to the world average. Because we have our resistance level is very good. We have a very different genes. I was told from scientists. We have a cross body. Our immunity is slightly better than the West. We have a lot of plus, and our food and spice also helps. I think.
I was about to say, I think what keeps you strong is eating really spicy food, and I must admit that in my case, that's a terrible problem because I eat a little bit of spice and I'm completely like pink. It's like
You should have turmeric and ginger, so you
oh
will
no,
feel.
I just I just take one step back and I just let you enjoy it. But anyways, I mean, maybe talking a little bit more about the current work situation. I mean, you mentioned, of course, that people were working from home. I guess, I mean, it was quite a challenge.
Yeah.
But what changes and adjustments did you apply to your working organization regarding maybe uh, also not just in the past but actually moving forward? I mean, how about the working organization? Are you planning on having your people working from home, or maybe having some sort of co-working spaces, or some type of just full back to the office, or I don't know, what's your plan there?
We moved fast. Mid March, we decided to shut down, and we want the employees to be safe. And the pandemic was very kind of sorry, excuse me. And so we moved all the employees to work from home. We have about 1,800 employees working across different locations. So, media monitoring is mission critical. We have to turn around in 30 minutes to 2 hours to 6 hours, depending on, I think, 2 hours, 3 hours. We have a very mission critical delivery. So we had a little bit of a setback. So today, 100% of our employees are working from home. Reason number one, we have everyone has got a laptop and connectivity and connectivity. And we have done that very quick. My operations team has done a fantastic job. Frontline workers in our company, just like doctors and nurses and cops, they've done a fantastic job. They risk their life, and we've done a very good job. There was a lot of stress initially. So we are 100% working from home. We did open office for some critical delivery for some critical customers with 10% of the staff. But I think with that, we will cap it. Right now, we are looking at a hybrid model. I think working from home will be a reality for some time, and we will continue to wait and watch and see how the situation improves. So one of the big success of our working from home and a minimum disruption to the COVID disruption, we had a minimum disruption to the customer delivery in the first week because we were stabilizing the connectivity. We are stabilizing because we have a technology platform which you can work anywhere, any place, anytime. It's not a desktop driven, it's all clip on cloud. We have a fantastic technology. We are pioneers in technology space. It's not because we have body shop. It's not if we were a body shop, we would have failed totally. We
Yeah.
would have been, it would have been a disaster. All our customers would have been probably would have been out of business. So I think we were very smart. We were very proactive. So our COC platform has really kind of saved, and we were proactive. And we know, who knows, we didn't know that there'll be a situation like COVID, but this came in handy. And today, I think we're all working from home, and we may even scale down our operations in the working from office
Mm.
because we would like to save some real estate. And in the case of Sofia, now people are working 100%. They're back to office.
Yeah.
In India, it will take about a couple of months or 3 months, next quarter, maybe, and depending on the situation, we will get back to work, but it will be a hybrid model. It will not be 100%.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
Yeah.
and
We.
we've taken a lot of measures like, we've become a touchless world. So we've done a lot of, when people employ automatically, their attendance will get registered. We have a hand sanitization, again, touchless. Then we have a spray, which actually they walk through a tunnel. So they walk. So we've taken a fantastic measure, and we maintain distance in the cafeteria. We're done in the elevator. The only two passengers are allowed, two employees are allowed per time per. So, but I think once even if we operate and we get back to work, we'll continue to maintain for a few more quarters to make sure till the vaccine is found, till the vaccine is discovered or invented, we will continue to be very cautious.
Yeah, I think actually that's the right thing to do, because we don't really know whether there is gonna be a second, a second,
Absolutely.
a second wave. So it's very important to remain cautious, as you said. And of course, the changes were not only applied to the working organization, but also to the way we communicate. I mean, both internally and with, let's say, the attendance to events and stuff like that. So moving
So
forward,
also one more point I
yes.
want to tell you that we also done a huge, we done about 100 days. We had a wellness program. We had a yoga session. We had a meditative meditation session for people. And then we had external speakers coming and talking and motivational speak. And then we brought in doctors. We brought in Ayurveda doctors. We brought in allopathy doctors. We brought in epidemiologists to give the confidence and to win the trust of the employees, to make them feel comfortable, to energize them. We've done our best. I think you should take the feedback from our employees. They will tell you more. They
More than
we did our
happy
best.
to. More than happy to. I mean, it sounds really, really interesting. And actually, I think this is something that many employees would like to have. I
Sure,
mean, having yoga classes or stuff like that, it's always a good balance between the stress of work and just having a
absolutely.
moment in which you can just
Sure,
slow down. It's always very helpful. But as I was asking you, I mean, I guess this also meant changes in terms of communications, both internal and external. So I was actually wondering, moving forward, whether you are going to have new methods that you maybe implemented now because of the pandemic, like remaining, or whether you are planning on different changes, and how is your perspective towards events? Because I guess for quite a while we won't really have personal, let's say, encounters with our
absolutely.
partners, which is a pity, but but it's the
I
way
know.
it is. So yeah, so I was just wondering, what's your perspective in
So
terms
I
of this.
think it's see you can't the network what we get the network effect and the networking. We have built our company because of FIBEP and because of AMEC and because of other trade shows. Trade shows are a very critical for a B2B business like ours. And I do understand virtual stuff is very important, but the reality is biting us. So there's no today we will have. I don't. We'll have to figure out a model where virtually we can get connected, and this is where we want FIBA to help us out in connecting the people. Maybe we can have a virtual party. Maybe we can have a virtual network,
Sure.
so networking party, and then share the contacts, and we can have some kind of a community, feedback community. And I think, but I think it's very hard to replace the physical events. But I think till the, as I said, till the vaccine is found, we'll have to live in a virtual world.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you
absolutely.
see my, I just posted last week in LinkedIn, life at zero distance. So everything is at zero distance because in front of your computer, you're able to do everything. So I think
Yeah.
events at zero distance, I've already mentioned that, events at zero distance.
Yes. So maybe moving forward, I was just wondering, whether, because of this pandemic, we all, or our businesses have to had to think about the position in the market that they had, and how this situation will affect this position in the future. So have you been working on, I wouldn't say repositioning, but like considering the position of your company in the post lockdown world? And if so, how did your organization reshape, or is going to?
So I think we were from an employee perspective. I think we empathize with them, and we also empathize with our customers. And I think we will continue to support them virtually. We have a virtual delivery center now. All our 1,800 employees are kind of now completely, adapted to working from home. It's a challenge because connectivity can be an issue sometimes, and because of everybody is working from home, we all have. But I think today we're talking to all the network companies, the telcos, and we are getting a high-speed network for all the employees. So I think we are here to serve the customers. I understand the crisis, and the first we are here to, emerge as a very strong company, and we will be more digital driven, virtual
Yeah.
driven, and whatever the customer wants, we're here to serve. I think we will. We'll be more responsive to the customers than before, because this is, I know this is, I think you can ask some of the customers. They were really panicking in the first couple of weeks. They thought we would shut down and we'll not be able to work, and we are done. But I think today we are getting appreciation from across the globe. And the 2 weeks of panic on pandemic, they thought that we are done, and I think we did a good job, and I think we will continue to emerge. We have faced several challenges in the past, whether it is a natural disaster or a typhoon or a tycoon, I mean, or a tsunami. I think we survived all that. We have survived COVID, tsunami also. We will continue to emerge as a very strong company, more digitally driven, technology driven, and we are here to serve the customers in whichever fashion they want.
Yeah, yeah.
That we will come, we will emerge as a new avatar, as an all digital company, and probably we are connected with the customers virtually almost every week. We are connected with them on calls, and employees are connected in real time. We're able to connect in real time. We're able to see what's going on, and we're able to respond to the customers in real time as a real, so that's, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, absolutely. And you were mentioning, of course, that you will, I mean, that of course, your intention is to be there and be flexible for your clients. And I was just thinking that in the current situation, and because of this crisis that was affecting basically every single area of the industry, in
Yeah,
most countries there was it was a fact that the amount of traditional print media that was out there that was being published suffered, and several newspapers and publications basically disappeared. And I was just wondering, of course, you have to process all the data for your clients, and if the
yeah,
amount of data is decreasing, I was just wondering whether you had to adjust your processing methods because of it.
yeah. From see, we are in media monitoring. We do more secondary relationship. We have relationship with publishers through MMOs and through licensing agency. But Ninester also works with publishers directly. I have another company which produces the long tail advertising for all publishers in the world. So we have definitely responded. You are absolutely right. Across the world, especially in Australia, New Zealand, the US, print has gone out of business. They're just shutting down print and becoming all digital. So we are adapting, and we are not print centric. That's why I said we're more digital centric now. So we will be able to adapt, and we're willing to serve the publishers, and we will be innovative, and we will be able to offer MMOs and publishers and licensing agencies in terms of getting the content to the customers, end users, in whichever fashion they want, whether it is digital, whether it is a mobile content, whether it is social content, whatever it may be.
Hmm. And you were just mentioning something very, let's say, a few very hot topics for the media intelligence industry, which is the exclusive deals between publishers and companies, and this also is a little bit associated to a topic that might not be affecting you directly as a company, but also key issues as the veracity of news and trust in media. I mean, from your perspective, what what role should your company actually play in such an environment? I mean, does your company have experience working directly with publishers? You mentioned this,
We have,
and
we have,
licensing bodies. So I'm actually quite
we
interested
also
in.
have a licensing company in the US. We work with publishers. It's called License League, which is a subsidiary of Ninestars. And we have this is based out of Maryland, and we work with a lot of publishers. Especially, we have some deals with. We work with licensing agencies like NLA. We work with publishers. We partner with the PDLN of the world and all that, and help them, in overcoming whatever the crisis. And we are, as we talk, we are helping them out even in the US. We are, doing some. We are responding very fast to publishers.
Hmm. And of course, as you mentioned before, I mean, the US, New Zealand, Australia, these are areas of the world that were very affected by the pandemic, also in the media landscape. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, was there a change in terms of your software or service offering in like regarding target groups? I mean, because if these, let's say, traditional target groups or countries, let's call target group might not be the right terminology, but if these countries are weakened, are there like let's say, new sectors or areas of the world that are emerging and have maybe some specific technological requirements that you can see?
For media monitoring or for
Yes,
us? Okay.
for the media, well, for you as a supplier of the media intelligence industry, of course.
So I think we can take away a lot of pain because so you wanted to know, will I pivot my business model or will I help in media monitoring company to pivot, or how do I don't get that point.
Well, what I was just saying is, at this point, traditional markets like the US and the Asia Pacific region
Sure.
are weakened, and maybe, some of them won't really get up back on their feet. Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that. And I was
Yeah.
just wondering whether you perceived, just as you perceive this, whether you perceive new emerging countries that might have needs for your technology, of course.
Yeah, I think we are going beyond. So today we are going beyond. U.S., U.K., Europe, Australia, New Zealand. These are developed countries, and we are now ready to serve countries like India. We are looking at serving Asia Pac, and not necessarily from a traditional model, but I think purely India and Asia is print is still it's not very in a bad shape. Print will not go out of business in Asia, but though the youngsters, the Gen Y and Gen Z, are more getting into digital consumption of content, but I think we will more towards creating a digital content. We'll be more socially focused. Probably will emerge, in a much different avatar. We still are figuring out. We are one of the few companies in the world to have an R&D. We have an in-house R&D, and we are coming with a tool called Prana.
Hmm.
Prana is PR and analytics. It's a very interesting tool where people can just plug in and play. We'll be we will bring in the entire content supply chain, and using the blockchain technology and artificial intelligence we'll bring in, and Prana will disrupt the content consumption irrespective of whether it is a social content or a print content. Even if print content goes away, digital content or any kind of content we can ingest, and we're going to give more like a fat pipe. We're going to give a plug and play kind of a system to MMOs and media intelligence companies. So
So just to I mean, I think this is, of course, something that will be interesting to many of our members, the technology that you were describing. Do you have any additional recommendations for our members?
recommendation in a sense.
Well, moving forward in terms of strategy for process content.
So uh, I think a customer should make thoughtful investments in the areas. I think accelerate R&D effort. As I said, Prana is we are all there to help. We are becoming just not content suppliers, just not clipping suppliers, just not media intelligence suppliers. We can be an R&D partner for media monitoring organizations. They can. We have an interesting model called innovation and tap.
Hmm.
So they can engage us. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. So we have smart engineers and smart research scientists, data scientists with us, and we can help MMOs openly. And then I think if they can invest and create an in-house data scientist, an in-house blockchain, it's fine. They should do that. If they don't have a limit, if they have a limited resource, come to us. We will help you. We'll be an extension of just like how we took away the production. We can just take the R&D effort, and we can give you. I think MMOs should focus on R&D, and FIBUP, especially FIBUP members, should focus on the future and not live in the past. This is my opinion.
This is a very strong message, of course. And lastly, how do you think that FIBEP can help you, let's say, your company to cope better with this pandemic?
So I think we are planning to. We would like to partner with FIBUP, or FIBUP should help us. We are planning to do some thought leadership program for the next 6 to 10 months with FIBUP thought leaders, CEOs and CXOs of media monitoring organizations. So we're going to run some a series of webinars, live webinars through Zoom or whatever. So we would like to partner with FIBUP, and we would like to, FIBUP to help us out, or FIBUP can lead. We can also sponsor that. So I think that's something which we want to do. And if you can help us out, FIBUP can help. That would be great.
Well, of course, for sure. I mean, we as well, me myself as member of the board, and the rest of the team, we are all working clearly to support our members as
Yeah.
far as we can, and we are for that reason, of course, is that we are doing these interviews, just trying to avoid the panic of people not knowing what's going on, and for that reason, also we are also working in different areas, such as doing these.
So the only
Networking, grab a bite sessions and stuff like that.
the last point I would like to add is that I think stay connected. I think we all should stay connected. Kebab is just like a one-off. I don't think it should be a one-off event. Now that we are digital, we can afford to get connected. You know, as many times as possible. Maybe we can have a monthly event. Maybe we can. So that will be help us to stay connected. So we are living in an always on world. So let's leave. Let the FIBAB community. Let's all get connected, and that will give us a good insight into the future, and it will help them for the mutual benefit of the members. It will be great. That's my feedback to you on that.
No, that's absolutely reasonable. I mean, and as I said, I mean, we are already giving a wide digital offer to our members, because we also understood that well, we are in a different time and we are supposed to connect as much as possible. So that's why we are doing these interviews, as I said, and we also do webinars, and we also do, like grab a bites event to have this kind of networking
So,
sensation. And of course, we're more than happy to schedule different events. Maybe we can have a discussion. Maybe just
absolutely.
think how we could do special events for technical members of our industry. I think this would be something that could
We are too
be
happy to support you. Go ahead, Rami.
okay. That sounds great. Okay, then I will just let it leave it here, and I will ask maybe Magdalena to later on contact you, and maybe we can just
Sure.
discuss this a bit further. But foremost, I just really want to thank you for your time. I know that that you are very busy, and I'm really happy that you made
Always.
a space for us. And I really do look forward to the next time we can actually like be together at
Sure.
some
Sure,
event,
I wish.
and
I
maybe
wish.
just think about these crazy times,
I
and
know.
hopefully laugh about it.
Yes. I think, thank you very much. Thanks for having me again. And I think I wish all the members, uh, you know, healthy and a safe stay at home. And if you're going to work, stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay safe. Bye
Thank you
bye.
very
Bye.
much. Thank you very much. Bye.
You're very welcome. Bye.